that mission was basically repaired the Hubble telescope. It was a real repair mission. Like the first repair mission came to the office. If I had messed that up, I would be the one that spread the telescope forever.
This amazing telescope with all this history, and what if I wreck it? What if I do something bad?
Then I got the opportunity to go a second time with the payload commander of NGS-109. And when we actually were doing the spacewalk, and I went out and shook hands with Mr. Hubble, the telescope, holding on to his side, I truly felt like, this was my partner. And that we were here, to help. It's just part of the excitement of having worked at Hubble. You've got the best team on the ground, best crew upstairs. It's exciting, but there's a level of confidence you get upstairs too.
It's incredible the things that they can come up with, and they have the time and the resources to develop that here, and then we take, sort of the best solution up with us to implement in space. There it is. It looks exactly the way it's supposed to look. It's exactly where it's supposed to be, and I'm just going to reach over and grab it. So it's a really good feeling. And what we did after we grappled the telescope and put it in the payload bay was every day that the spacewalks were going on, which was the 5 days after we grappled the telescope, the two guys go outside, and one of them is pretty much always on the end of the alarm.
4 and 3, bueno. Copy, Bolt 3.
So we drive them around and put them in position to do their work.
You are clear to continue and increase the rate. Yes, you can increase the rate, Megan.
Copy, picking up the rate.
What a beautiful view.
They'd ask me to bring them in closer and move them. By the telescope, I had to ask them, hey, you need to check and verify how much space do I have? And of course, their mind is on their job, the instrument that they're holding, the tools, whatever. And so having to work that coordination training really helps there. But it's delicate in the sense that you don't want to hurt the hardware, you don't want to hurt the person, and you certainly don't want to hit the telescope.
Okay, stop there, Megan.
Motion stop, please.
It was 19 years old at the time when we went up there, and the batteries were original equipment. And so they're charging and discharging, like think about your phone, your cell phone. You're lucky to get a year or two out of that battery, right? So this is original battery, so we replaced the batteries. Those are still working great. But then some of the more interesting parts were actually replacing some of the science instruments. So we took up a new camera and a new spectrograph and put those in. And then we also fixed some broken instruments up there. There was a broken camera and a broken spectrograph. These are the science instruments, so that when the light comes in the telescope, these are the things that take the pictures and do all the science for the astronomers and everybody back here on Earth.
The breaking off of one of the hand tools that Mike Massimino had to do.
Houston, you ready for this?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, Nancy, you have to go. So, disposal bed, please.
It was pretty exciting watching that from inside because that had a lot of bearing on whether we got that part of the mission accomplished. So it was pretty interesting.
A third time I got to go back, and I just can't tell you how thrilled I was, and how thrilled I was that we had a great team and we were able to leave the Hubble in even better shape, such that now we're able to celebrate the 25th anniversary. I was a little bit worried that when we deployed the Hubble, I'd feel really sad again. But this time I didn't. I just felt thrilled that we hadn't broken the Hubble, that we'd upgraded it, that it was in the best shape of its life, and that we'd done our job and a little bit more to give Hubble a very long life, bringing back all of its rewards to us here on planet Earth in terms of great discoveries.
The fact that astronauts were able to go up and fix Hubble was really a groundbreaking thing, and it tells a really critical part of NASA's history when science and human space exploration worked together really critically for the first time.
Without the repair missions, we wouldn't have Hubble lasting 25 years. Hubble's best days are still to come.
Astronauts and support staff on the ground have made tremendous improvements to Hubble's already majestic payload. With the repairs completed, Hubble blew the world away with what it saw, and what we now could behold. Sharp, clean, and crisp data. Images of stars forming in ultra-deep field images of thousands of galaxies, showing just a glimpse of how big this universe is.
I do have a favorite Hubble. I have a couple of them, but the one that pops into my mind is the Tony Nebula. It's another release. And the reason I like that is because it shows that we involved in some of the surveys and directions.
Hubble has brought this knowledge of the universe that I think is beyond belief that the normal person and some of the discoveries of the Hubble Space Telescope in terms of the universe expanding are just mind-boggling.
Every time I look at it, I stare and I stare, and I want to see what's in that chamber, what's in that pillar. And interestingly, if you look at it in the infrared, you can actually see it there.
The Hubble Ultra Deep Field was released in 2004 when I was in grad school. And to this day, I really remember the day when that image came out. My grad advisor printed this image, this beautiful image, these galaxies that we've never seen before on a huge sheet of paper, and rolled it out on the table for us grad students to look at, and just said, look at this image. This is what's here. What can we learn from this? And so I really loved that visual, sort of tangible representation of look at this beautiful thing and what can we learn.
Circling the globe at 5 miles per second, this school bus-sized observatory was the most technologically advanced device ever launched and has stayed amazingly advanced through 5 repair and upgrade missions. From the first mission-critical optics repair on Space Shuttle mission STS-61 to the last servicing mission, STS-125, which added the Wide Field Camera 3 and replaced or improved sensors, batteries, and numerous other components.
Hubble was an incredible undertaking. If I look at the very last Hubble mission, STS-125, it was perhaps the most ambitious single mission that this agency has ever undertaken. It was 5 spacewalks, back to back to back to back to back. There's no break in between the spacewalks like we normally do. The magnitude of the things that they wanted to accomplish almost meant certain failures somewhere. But the team said, but you and the whole team, we can do this. We will have accomplished so much more in making Hubble better than it was ever believed to do. So Hubble gave us an excellent example of people, a team that was not afraid of failure.
Failure was not enough. You were going to. What's really exciting to me is just the breadth of the scientific discoveries it's been able to make. Everything from the age of the universe, proving the existence of black holes, to discovering brand new things, like the universe is accelerating.
I grew up with telescopes put into orbit wouldn't last more than 3 and almost 5 years. So they never had a chance to grow on part of your soul of expectation for the next astronomical discovery. With Hubble, the fact that it was terrible meant it could just stay with you for decades. Now, 25 years.
Everybody knows Hubble. It's really true. Worldwide, all throughout the U.S., everybody, all ages, all walks of life, you say Hubble Space Telescope, people know what you're talking about. That's extraordinary.
More than a simple telescope, Hubble is humanity's grand observatory of the vastness of space. And we've kept exploring by staring into the universe and moving forward.
The great thing about Hubble now this year is that it's still going strong, and we expect it to last out to 2020, maybe even longer. But we definitely have to start thinking about the future. And NASA right now is building and putting together and testing the James Webb Space Telescope.
It's going to be putting further away from the Earth and hovering near the sun, much further into the universe to provide even more information, even better images. I think that's going to be very exciting to get that stuff.
The team here at NASA will continue that momentum with the next great observatory coming soon to the NASA campus, James Webb Space Telescope, with a primary mirror 6 times larger than Hubble and over 100 times more power.
There are places that the Hubble just can't see. The Hubble Space Telescope can't see inside the dark cocoons of dust and gas, where baby stars are born and planets form. The James Webb Space Telescope in the infrared will be able to peer into those cocoons and show us the details of those first moments of star and planet formation.
The big thing is how exciting space is for the future. It's going to be incredible. We're at the cusp of a new era with new machines being designed, new missions being flown. We are going to visit other planets. And I just hope the young people can get excited about taking us that next step. I can't wait to watch them do it. It's a great time.
Growth in space for kids that are involved in science and technology, I think space is a great way to aim your career at. I think we're gonna discover new things. I'm really excited that NASA's got a number of programs going, including the James Webb Telescope, which will bring the same kind of discoveries Hubble has. So the future's pretty bright.
Today, Hubble is still making new discoveries, seeing distant stars and galaxies that have never been seen before, improving our knowledge of the early universe, and clarifying images of our closest neighbors.
Look at the Washington Post, on the front page of the Washington Post. There's a colored picture of a brand new galaxy just discovered by Hubble. And to be able to look at that picture and say, my God, who did that? That's exciting. That's exciting.
Hubble has consistently taken us to places we've never been, visually, of course, and empowered us to answer questions that in a previous generation of telescopes we couldn't pose.
From comets and asteroids to some of the most distant galaxies yet discovered, Hubble continues to revolutionize astronomy in our solar system and beyond. Hubble has changed the way we view our universe and ourselves.
There's no doubt that Hubble Space Telescope has changed the way that we as astronomers understand the universe. But I think even more significantly than that, Hubble's changed the way that